Just when you got used to 2024, another year comes along to mess with your head. This one is imaginatively being called 2025, but I think they might come up with a new numbering system after the next apocalypse, because let's face it, that can't be that far away. This is 2025. The year started with Scotland cancelling Hogmanay, so everyone had to get plastered indoors. Makes no difference there to the rest of the year then. The news headlines right from the beginning of 2025 have all been quite sobering, so it's not surprising then that we've all decided to sit indoors and watch the telly instead. On New Year's Day, a new series of The Traitors started on BBC One, a show where a couple of dozen future celebrity MasterChef contestants move into Downton Hogwarts and pretend to make friends just long enough to stab each other in the back in the hope of winning the top prize, an equity card. Oh, and a pile of unconvincing coins. The programme has spent so much of its budget on Claudia Winkleman's Fringe that there's usually nothing left for the show itself. Each day, over what can only be described as a really disappointing breakfast, there are strange tasks using old equipment from It's a Knockout, after which the contestants sit around at dinner until the person with the most remaining strength is forced to go out and beg for food from a local takeaway. Several of the contestants are traitors, and the rest are faithfuls who spend all their time trying not to look guilty before being rejected from the castle. They're probably relieved for the chance to go and get some decent grub. The series came to a dramatic conclusion when, as a big twist this year, one person became the seer and could pick one other person to find out if they were a faithful or a traitor, only to pick, as luck would have it, the remaining traitor, someone who'd been pretending to be Welsh at the start of the series and actually wasn't. Although it's a totally barking mad series, it is really watchable and, let's face it, beats real life hands down. Meanwhile, over on ITV, a new series of The Masked Singer started, a show where Z-list celebrities who failed the audition for Dancing on Ice turn up dressed as various soft fruits and proceed to murder long-forgotten pop songs wearing a costume that any normal person would struggle to breathe in, let alone hit a top C. The show is punctuated with clue packages, the 21st century equivalent of 1980s game show 3-2-1, which contained a series of clues, every one of which could be hinting at a 5-star Caribbean holiday or a brand new dustbin. In The Masked Singer, it could just as easily be Idris Elba or that bloke off EastEnders in The Market who only gets one line a year. Yet strangely, it's compelling viewing, even if you can feel your brain slowly rotting away as you're watching it. One thing's for certain, I can guarantee that Wolf isn't Greg Wallace. Bush, on the other hand, could be Hugh Edwards. I mean, it's a brilliant place to hide. On the 20th of January, President Elon Musk was inaugurated, except weirdly, some orange bloke turned up to take his place.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution.
No, please. No, make it stop. Is he gone yet? At the event, you could play a game of Spot the Tech Billionaire Nutjob.
Thank you.
What is he doing? Of course, no presidential inauguration will be complete without an army of lunatic supporters claiming it's the second coming.
Really excited to be here. There's a lot more people than I expected. I thought I was here early enough, but apparently there's a lot of people came really early.
Historic moments.
Which reminds me, I don't think Stormy Daniels turned up, did she? Mark Zuckerberg decided to remove moderation from Meta products like Facebook and Instagram, which of course has got absolutely nothing to do with the policies of the incoming president. It's a complete coincidence. I mean, it makes sense to hand over moderation to the great unwashed, doesn't it? I mean, it's worked brilliantly on X. The apocalyptic fires in California in January have been quite sobering to watch, frankly. Unless you're Donald Trump, of course, who took the opportunity to blame the Democratic governor.
It's a true tragedy, and it's a mistake of the governor, and you could say the administration.
Overnight, Trump posting on Truth Social calling for the governor's resignation, saying, quote, "This is all his fault," end quote. Newsom taking a brief moment to respond while in the middle of the flames.
I hate to even ask this question, but the president-elect chose to attack you, blame you for this.
One can't even respond to it. I mean, people are literally fleeing. People have lost their lives.
As the month drew to a close, there were haunting reminders of the Holocaust on Holocaust Memorial Day, just reminding all of us that thank goodness there isn't a resurgence of the far right at the moment. Meanwhile, after the American tech bros said they were going to invest eye-watering sums of money into AI, China came along with a version that they'd built on a ZX81 and worked just as well. So it's good riddance to January then. Time to start worrying about February. Goodbye.